Hello, my math friends. Today we're going to review what we worked on before break, and then we're going to add a new part to it. So if you remember, we were talking about our coordinate plane. We talked about how the point is an exact location on the coordinate plane, and it's graphed using our x and y coordinates. Remember, the x coordinate is my number that comes first here, like 2, and my y comes second, my 5. So if we were graphing, we always start here at the center. Who remembers what that's called? The origin. And then I need to always follow along on my x-axis first. So I'm going to go over 2 spaces, and then I need to go up because I have a positive 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would mark my point here, and let me just erase those other marks so we don't get confused. And remember, when I write my coordinates, I write them with a parentheses and a comma in the middle there. Now, the new part you've probably seen before are our math functions. This is how we come up with our points to graph. So the function is just showing us the relationship between the output is the y and how it depends on our input of our x here. So for example, the function rule in the math that's being done to the input changes the output. So what comes out depends on what we put in. So this will make a little bit more sense when you need when you see the next slide. Just think we put the input in here, it goes through a little function machine, and an output comes out. So for example, here, if our input was 0 here, if I put a 0 in and my rule is x plus 2, so my rule is going to be x plus 2. If I plug in that 0, 0 plus 2 is going to give me an output of 2. So my output would be 2. So my ordered pair here would be 0, 2. My next one, if I put a 1 in and followed that same rule of x plus 2 here, 1 plus 2 gives me 3. So my ordered pair would be 1, 3. Okay, pause the video, try the next one. Tell me what the ordered pair would be. Okay, now let's take a look. You should have gotten 2 as our input, our x. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 is our output. Now let's take a look what we can do with our ordered pairs. Okay, now let's take a look at how we can find those rules. So if I think about my x here as 0 and my y as 2, I want to think about how did I get from 0 to 2. I have my x, and what did I do to the 0? Looks like I added 2 to get to 2. I couldn't multiply because 2 times 0 would have given me 0. So let's check and make sure that works. If I had x plus 2 here and I plugged in 1, 1 plus 2 would give me 3. Let's try it now for my next one. 2 plus 2 gives me 4. So again, now let's write down our ordered pairs. I have 0, 2 for my first one, 1, 3 for my next one, 2, and 4 for my last one. So now that our ordered pairs have formed points, we can graph them to make a line. So if I have 0, 2, remember I always start at my origin, and I'm going to go up to 2. Let me erase that dot in the origin so I don't get it confused. Okay, so I graphed my first one. I like to check them off after I do it. 1, 2, move over to 1, up to 3, 2, 4, go over to 2, up to 4. Now I can connect those to make a line. So here I have graphed my functions. So now let's take a look at your homework. If you take a look here, this is our input and our output table. So the top part here is just showing you your examples here to find the rule for the function table. So you're going to start down here of completing each of the function tables. And here it gives you the rule of 2x. Remember, what does it mean when you have a number next to a variable? You need to multiply. So for my first one here, pause the video and tell me what you would get. You should have gotten 0 because 2 times 0 is 0. So you're going to continue. 2x, right, would be 2 times 2, which would be 4 for the second one. And my third one, 2 times 4 would be 8 here. Okay, so you're going to do that for these first two. For the bottom two, this is here where you're going to find the rule for each function table. So I want you right below it. You're going to do this into Notability. You're going to write the rule and tell me what it is for these two here. For the next page, you're going to do the same just like we did. Here, you're going to complete it. So they give you the rule, and you're going to tell me what the output is. And then try your best on these word problems. I know a lot of times you guys look at them quickly, and you just give up before you even try. So if my first one here says a pizza place sells pizzas let me use the highlighter for that. For $7 each, plus a $4 delivery charge per order. If Pat orders 3 pizzas to be delivered, what will his total cost be? So let's take a look at this one. If it's $7 each, right, and it's a $4 service charge. So it's $7, right, times however many pizzas. I'm going to put a P in for his pizzas, plus a $4 delivery charge. Here's my expression. Now they give us enough information to solve it. If 3 pizzas are to be delivered, what am I going to do with that 3? I need to plug it in for my P. I'm going to be able to solve for my total cost. You're going to do the same for the next one here. A store sells used DVDs for $8 each and videotapes for $6 each. So you're going to write a function rule to represent the total selling price of DVDs and videotapes. So you want to think about that, and it's telling you what letters to use there. So if it's $8, right? 8 times, let's look at it. The DVDs we're using a D. And videotapes are $6, and the videotapes we're using the letter V. Now you need to go ahead and do the second part here, where you're going to use the function rule to find the price of 5 DVDs and 3 videotapes. This is just like when we were evaluating our expressions. So plug in those numbers to solve it. Okay, let's take a look down here. If a pizza place is selling here pizzas for $7 each, plus a $4 delivery fee, what could the combinations be here? So I want you to think about it. Each time, what are we doing to our X? We're adding a $4 delivery. So this would be my rule. Decide how many pizzas you're going to get here, and then plug in your rule. I want you to do the same for that last one. Try it, right? The store sells used DVDs for $8 each, plus a flat fee of $2 to be a member. Find the total price y of the 3 combinations. So think about what your rule is. I'm not going to give you that one. I want you to try to find it. When you're finished, please submit this to Canvas, and on Thursday, I'll post a video to check your work. Thanks, guys.